Amid the relentless pace of the global music industry, records are typically made to be broken. Every year brings new artists, emerging distribution technologies, and evolving algorithms capable of reshaping the landscape of popularity within mere hours. Yet some achievements seem to defy the very logic of the modern entertainment industry. These numbers are more than fleeting symbols of success. They are statistical milestones forged through a rare combination of cultural momentum, unwavering multi-generational fan loyalty, digital platform dominance, and an extraordinary level of personal influence that is exceptionally difficult to replicate. When BTS is viewed not as a single group, but as 7 individual artists, an even more astonishing phenomenon begins to emerge. Each member has established remarkable accomplishments of their own, and in many cases, those achievements have surpassed benchmarks once considered unattainable for Korean solo artists. Official records indicate that several of these milestones remain virtually untouched, with no true challengers coming close, while numerous industry analysts acknowledge that the unique market conditions that made these records possible may never exist again. Behind the dazzling stage lights and seemingly ordinary streaming figures lies a far more intriguing question. Is the music industry witnessing 7 statistical anomalies that happen to emerge from the same group? Or is there a deeper pattern that the global entertainment industry has yet to fully understand? Number 7. J-Hope, the unbreakable K-pop solo record at America's biggest music festival. As the sun slowly disappeared beyond the vast California desert and tens of thousands of festival-goers filled the grounds of an event that had long served as a global benchmark for musical influence, one name appeared on the main stage with consequences far greater than a simple performance schedule. Official records show that J-Hope became the first Korean solo artist to headline the main stage at Coachella, a position that had traditionally been reserved for some of the Western music industry's biggest names, artists whose global catalogs had been established over decades. What makes this achievement seem almost impossible to replicate is not merely the fact that he was the first, but the historical significance behind it. Coachella is far more than just a music festival. It is a cultural proving ground where international media, record labels, tour promoters, and industry investors evaluate which artists truly possess global appeal beyond geographical and cultural boundaries. When J-Hope stepped onto the main stage as a solo performer, he no longer carried the structural advantage of BTS as a group. He stood alone before an audience that was largely independent of the traditional K-pop ecosystem, and that is precisely where the anomaly emerged. Digital performance data following his appearance revealed a dramatic surge in worldwide search interest, significant increases in the consumption of his music catalog, and a noticeable expansion of his listener demographics into regions that had previously shown limited engagement with Korean solo artists. Many industry analysts argue that being the first Korean solo artist to headline Coachella is, by definition, a record that can never truly be replicated, because the title of first has been permanently etched into the festival's history. Yet an even more compelling debate arises when experts attempt to calculate the probability of another artist recreating the exact combination of circumstances, emerging from the world's biggest group, launching a solo career at the height of global fame, and earning complete confidence from one of the most influential music festivals in the United States. Many believe those conditions are simply too unique to occur again. Even if another Korean solo artist headlines Coachella in the future, they will never carry the same symbolic weight as J-Hope, whose performance fundamentally challenged long-standing perceptions of Asian artists on the main stage of a premier Western music festival. Today, recordings of that performance are frequently examined not merely as evidence of an extraordinary concert, but as a pivotal turning point in the evolving narrative of global music. And that leaves one lingering question. Was history witnessing a moment that was not only unprecedented,
but one that may never be recreated by anyone ever again? Number 6. Suga, global chart dominance as both a producer and solo rapper. Inside a recording studio that rarely seems to sleep, surrounded by glowing computer monitors, endless audio waveforms, and an ever-growing stack of creative projects, a remarkable paradox quietly took shape, one that continues to puzzle music industry analysts around the world. Suga, known by his solo stage name August D, has built a career that extends far beyond that of a rapper. He has also established himself as a producer whose work has reached global music charts from multiple directions simultaneously. Official records show that he has achieved a series of rare Billboard milestones, including solo songs entering major US charts, albums debuting at high positions internationally, and production credits on works by other artists that also achieved significant commercial success. What makes this accomplishment seem almost impossible to surpass is its multi-dimensional nature. Most artists dominate in only one area, as a singer, a rapper, or a producer. Suga has excelled in all three at the same time. Industry data indicates that very few Asian artists have managed to maintain global relevance both as performers in the spotlight and as creative forces behind the scenes. Various industry observers suggest that his greatest strength lies in something algorithms struggle to measure: artistic credibility. Whenever a song bears his production credit, audiences evaluate more than just the final product. They also carry expectations shaped by the distinct sonic identity he has cultivated over many years. Music experts frequently point to his consistency in quality and his willingness to explore different genres as the primary reasons why the August D catalog continues to enjoy long-term listening longevity, unlike many viral releases that quickly fade from public conversation. Beyond his studio achievements, Suga also set remarkable records with his solo world tour, selling an extraordinary number of tickets for a Korean rapper, and proving that his appeal extends well beyond the framework of BTS as a group. The combination of global chart success, cross-artist production credits, and the ability to fill arenas around the world has created a statistical profile with almost no direct comparison in the modern music industry. To surpass a record of this magnitude, an artist would need to become a world-class rapper, a highly sought-after producer trusted by numerous musicians, and a live performer capable of drawing massive audiences across multiple continents, all at the same time. Even within the American music industry, such a combination is exceptionally rare. And so, one question continues to linger among industry observers. Is the music world witnessing an artist whose career is statistically closer to an industry anomaly than to that of a conventional K-pop superstar?
Number 5. RM, the Korean group leader with one of the largest songwriting credits records. As the streets of Seoul grow quieter and the city slowly fades into the stillness of the night, one activity becomes increasingly intense behind closed doors: the writing process. Beyond the spotlight, sold-out stadiums, and international press conferences, RM has built a reputation rooted in something far more fundamental: his role as an architect of lyrics and musical composition. Official records from the Korean Music Copyright Association, KOMCA, show that RM holds an exceptionally high number of songwriting and composition credits for an active K-pop idol, making him one of the most influential creative contributors in the history of the modern K-pop industry. What makes this achievement seem nearly impossible to surpass is not simply the sheer number of credits, but the extraordinary breadth of his contributions. His songwriting portfolio spans BTS group releases, solo projects, international collaborations, and works created for other artists. Industry analysts frequently point out that while many idols rely heavily on professional songwriting teams, RM has been deeply involved in the conceptual development and lyric writing process since the earliest days of his career. As a result, every new BTS release or solo project continues to expand an already extensive catalog of officially documented creative work. Copyright records are cumulative by nature.
The longer an artist remains active, the more difficult it becomes for future generations to close the gap built over years, or in RM's case, more than a decade, of consistent creative output. Experts also highlight another factor that is often overlooked: cultural influence. Many of RM's lyrics have been referenced in academic studies, international media coverage, and discussions surrounding the identity of South Korea's younger generation in an increasingly globalized world. His impact, therefore, extends well beyond numerical songwriting credits. It has helped shape BTS's artistic identity and the group's global narrative. To surpass a record of this magnitude, a future idol would need to begin their career at a very young age, maintain exceptional creative productivity for well over a decade, actively participate in writing the majority of their musical catalog, and remain globally relevant throughout that entire period. Such a combination of circumstances makes the statistical probability extraordinarily small. Some industry observers even speculate that the increasingly industrialized production model of modern K-pop may actually reduce the likelihood of another idol achieving the same level of creative involvement that RM has demonstrated throughout his career. If that is true, then an even more intriguing question emerges. Will this record endure not because future artists lack the talent to surpass it, but because the industry itself may no longer allow anyone to follow the same path? Number 4. Jin, the Korean song that achieved the fastest #1 iTunes debut across dozens of countries. While the world remained divided by time zones, an unusual pattern began to emerge on digital music distribution dashboards. Just minutes after its release, Jin's solo single started climbing to the #1 position on iTunes in country after country at a pace that stunned many industry observers. Official records show that releases such as The Astronaut reached #1 on iTunes in dozens of international markets within an incredibly short period, creating one of the fastest waves of synchronized digital purchases ever recorded for a Korean artist. What makes this achievement seem almost impossible to surpass is the transformation of the music market itself. The era when iTunes served as the primary indicator of music consumption has gradually given way to the dominance of streaming platforms. As a result, the kind of large-scale, coordinated digital purchasing that once fueled records like this has become increasingly rare. Industry analysts argue that Jin found himself at a unique crossroads, supported by an older generation of fans who still actively purchased music digitally, while simultaneously benefiting from a modern streaming audience that continued to expand his global reach. This rare combination of two distinct generations of consumer behavior would be extremely difficult for any artist debuting in today's streaming-first era to replicate. Distribution data revealed that his songs reached the #1 position across numerous countries almost simultaneously, demonstrating an extraordinary level of global fan coordination. Various observers have also suggested that the emotional atmosphere surrounding Jin's upcoming mandatory military service intensified international support, creating a collective psychological momentum that may never occur under the same circumstances again. Music marketing experts emphasize that achievements like this are determined not only by the size of a fan base, but by its ability to act in perfect synchronization within an exceptionally narrow timeframe. As the music industry continues shifting toward automated streaming, algorithm-driven recommendations, and passive listening habits, the likelihood of witnessing another worldwide explosion of manual digital purchases on the same scale becomes increasingly slim. Even if future artists attract larger fan bases, there is no guarantee they could reproduce the same level of synchronized purchasing across dozens of countries in such a short period. And so, behind these remarkable statistics lies a question that sounds almost like a mathematical mystery. Was Jin's achievement the final peak of the global digital purchase era, an era that is now slowly fading into history?
Number 3. Jimin, the first Korean solo artist to reach #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. When Billboard updated its charts on a quiet morning in the United States, the global music industry witnessed a milestone that had long been considered extraordinarily difficult for any Korean solo artist to achieve. Official records confirmed that Jimin became the first Korean solo artist to reach #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 with Like Crazy, an accomplishment that immediately sparked widespread analysis from international media outlets, music economists, and pop culture experts alike. What makes this record seem nearly impossible to surpass is not merely the distinction of being the first, but the complexity of the modern Billboard ranking system itself. The Hot 100 combines streaming, digital sales, and radio airplay into a constantly evolving formula. For years, many international artists have managed to dominate one of these categories, yet failed to achieve the delicate balance required to excel in all three simultaneously. Jimin reached that balance at a remarkably specific moment. Industry experts argue that this achievement required an exceptionally rare combination of factors: an incredibly active global fan base, a song with appeal that extended well beyond the core fandom, and enough cultural momentum to capture the attention of the broader American music market. Various analysts have also suggested that the success of Like Crazy was influenced by its musical style, which leaned closer to mainstream international pop than to traditional K-pop conventions, allowing it to resonate with a much wider audience beyond dedicated fans. Yet another dimension makes this record especially difficult to recreate: its historical significance. Once the title of the first Korean solo artist to top the Billboard Hot 100 was secured, every artist who follows can only travel a path that has already been opened. They may equal or even exceed certain numerical achievements, but they can never reclaim the symbolic value of being first. Industry history shows that many first-ever records possess a permanence that ordinary statistical records simply do not, because they represent moments in history rather than numbers alone. To surpass the impact of Jimin's achievement, a future artist would likely need to accomplish something even more extraordinary, perhaps remaining at #1 for multiple consecutive weeks or earning several Hot 100 chart toppers in succession. Yet even such remarkable feats would never erase one undeniable fact: the first name permanently recorded in Billboard history under that category is Jimin. And that leaves an increasingly profound question lingering in silence. If numbers can eventually be surpassed, but history itself can never be rewritten, has Jimin's record already entered a realm where time can no longer touch it?
#2. Taehyung, the fastest Instagram growth record in global celebrity history. On the night when the official Instagram accounts of the BTS members were finally unveiled to the public, the digital world experienced an explosion that resembled a global social experiment. Within minutes, Taehyung's account, known to millions as V, began gaining followers at a pace that far exceeded the predictions of most social media analysts. Official records confirm that he broke multiple Guinness World Records for the fastest growth in Instagram followers, including reaching 1 million and later tens of millions of followers in an astonishingly short period. What makes this achievement seem almost impossible to surpass is the timing. It did not occur during Instagram's early years, when the platform was still rapidly expanding and attracting new users. Instead, it happened after Instagram had already matured, at a time when competition for public attention was more intense than ever. Historically, the fastest follower growth has often been achieved by public figures who joined emerging platforms during periods of explosive user expansion. Taehyung, however, accomplished this when nearly every major global celebrity already had an established presence on Instagram, and the digital attention economy was widely considered saturated. Social media experts point to this phenomenon as evidence of an extraordinary level of public anticipation that existed even before he uploaded a single photograph. Various analysts suggest that the unprecedented surge resulted from a unique combination of factors: Taehyung's powerful visual appeal, the years of limited personal access fans had experienced before the account launch, and the worldwide curiosity surrounding the individual lives of BTS members. Together, these elements created an algorithmic explosion
explosion, unlike anything the platform had witnessed before. Growth data revealed an unusually consistent pattern. The surge in followers occurred almost simultaneously across multiple regions of the world, rather than relying on a single dominant market. This indicated that Taehyung's popularity was genuinely global, transcending cultural and geographical boundaries. To surpass such a record, a future celebrity would need to generate an even greater level of worldwide anticipation than one of the most recognizable public figures on the planet during the peak of BTS's global influence. Furthermore, continuous changes to Instagram's algorithms and platform policies have made this kind of extraordinary organic growth increasingly difficult to achieve. Many analysts even argue that Taehyung's record may have been the product of a single moment in history, a night when worldwide curiosity, the unparalleled...
Number 1. Jungkook, the global streaming record that redefined the Korean solo artist. As midnight approached across different parts of the world, music streaming platforms were flooded with millions of play requests arriving almost simultaneously. At the center of that enormous wave of data stood one name: Jungkook. Official records show that he established a series of unprecedented global streaming milestones for a Korean solo artist, including one of the biggest Spotify debuts ever achieved by a Korean solo act. The accumulation of billions of streams within a relatively short period, and simultaneous dominance across multiple global music charts on various platforms. What places this achievement at the top of the list is not simply the magnitude of the numbers, but the way those numbers were achieved. Many viral songs generate explosive debuts only to experience a rapid decline in listener interest. Jungkook followed a completely different trajectory. His extraordinary debut was followed by remarkable streaming stability, maintaining exceptionally high consumption over an extended period. Industry analysts describe this phenomenon as one of the rarest combinations in the digital music economy. Peak performance and long-term longevity occurring at the same time. Various theories have emerged in an attempt to explain the source of this extraordinary success. Some experts argue that Jungkook possesses perhaps the closest profile to a mainstream global pop superstar among Korean solo artists, combining exceptional vocal ability, world-class performance skills, and universal visual appeal that resonates with audiences well beyond the traditional K-pop ecosystem. Others point to the importance of historical timing. He launched his solo career when BTS had already become one of the most recognizable names in global music, yet remained close enough to the group's peak popularity that public attention naturally transitioned toward his individual career. International streaming data also reveals another remarkable characteristic: its extraordinary geographic distribution. Rather than relying on one dominant domestic market, Jungkook's streaming success was spread consistently across multiple regions around the world. This distinction is significant because many streaming records are built upon overwhelming strength in a single major market, whereas Jungkook's achievements were driven by broad and balanced global support. To surpass a record of this scale, a future artist would need to combine a worldwide fanbase comparable to BTS, universal pop appeal, favorable platform algorithms, chart dominance across multiple countries, and the ability to sustain listener engagement long after the initial excitement fades. Even among the world's biggest superstars, such a combination remains exceptionally rare. Industry experts also caution that today's streaming landscape has become increasingly fragmented by short-form content, algorithm-driven recommendations, and rapidly shrinking attention spans. Under these evolving conditions, achieving the same level of worldwide music consumption that Jungkook has recorded may become even more difficult in the years ahead. And it is here that the greatest mystery finally emerges. If the music industry continues to transform every few months, yet one artist has managed to leave behind a statistical footprint that appears almost immune to those changes, is Jungkook's achievement still merely a record? Or has it become a once-in-a-generation statistical phenomenon that may never be matched again?